Well, hello everyone. Hi, welcome. It's time for another little live chat. How's everybody's Thanksgiving? And by everybody, I mean Americans only, because apparently this is the only country where we do that sort of thing this week. But anyway, I hope your week was good, and I hope you are well. So we're going to be just, hanging out and having a little chat about what you're up to and what you're into and what's going on. I hope this is working because YouTube just changed a whole bunch of stuff about how live streams happen. So let me know if you're experiencing any problems. I think it's working. I can see folks in the chat, and I can see that my hair looks very bad, so that's fun. Um, but yes, hello to who do we have here? John Newman, of course. Moonbook, good to see you again. Hugh is here, and Isaac Snow, Lady Daft. John Ingold says, "Hey Matt, thanks for all you do. You're very welcome. Thank you for watching. I do it all for you, of course. Yeah. So if you like what I make, tell your friends. That's the best. That's the nicest. There are many nice things that you can do to support the work that I do. One of them is by supporting my stuff on Patreon, but you can also just, share my videos and tell your friends. So that's fun too. Who else do we have? Oh, Moonbook is going to see West Side Story. That's fantastic. Are you going to see like a high school production or community theater? Is it like off Broadway or Moonbook? Remind me. I think you're in Israel. Is that correct? I may be thinking of someone else, so I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But yeah, where are you going to see West Side Story? Friend of Dorothy says hi from Dallas. Hello to Dallas. I bet it is warm there, unlike here where it may snow apparently. Um, Unusual that we'd be getting that kind of weather at this time of year, localized entirely within our kitchen here in Seattle. But yeah, apparently it might snow today or tomorrow. Was it supposed to be today or tomorrow, James? Okay. Well, anyway, it might snow. Hi from San Diego, says Mad Scientist. Leave likes roller derby, says good morning. And who else? Shannon E says hi from England. Kevin is saying hello from Elkin. Not Animal Tested is here. Hi, Matthew. Hello, people. John Ingold says hi from Ashboro, North Carolina. Wait, we've got two North Carolinians. Hooray. Moonbook is from Israel, yes, but I did Thanksgiving today. Having problems, but not because of YouTube, says Mad Scientist. Oh, well, I hope your problems evaporate. Thanksgiving was wonderful, said Story in a Song. I took myself to a movie with no family. How was your turkey day? Very restful. What did we do? We had, so here's the thing. Turkey was on sale at the grocery store for like 2 weeks. And so we had a lot of turkey over the last 2 weeks. And then by the time Thanksgiving happened, it was like, no more turkey, please. So we had a Thanksgiving curry, which was delightful. It worked out really nicely. I made it in the Instant Pot, which is not instantaneous, as the name would have you think. You have to do this whole preparation thing, and then you have to warm it up, and it takes 15 minutes to warm it up, and then you cook it for like 5 minutes, and then you have to cool it down. It takes 15 minutes to cool it down. So the instant is more like an hour, but it tasted good. And who else do we have? Kimberly Maxey says hello from Oklahoma City. Moonbook says not a school play. I did it in high school though. That's lovely. Oh, it's the return of West Side Story. So you're gonna know the story. You're gonna know the music. It'll be interesting to compare. Alexia the Grape is here. Hello. Hello from Oxford, says James Polk. And yay for North Carolina, says Kevin Barry. Hi from England. We've got more English people. Taman Willis coming in. Oh, and a South Carolinian. Well, John Newman says, who's got their tree up? Oh, my goodness. I guess it is about that time. We don't usually do like a tree or anything. We might do like a very small one. Or, I don't know, like in the past I just planted something out on the balcony. I'm looking at the balcony right now as I say that. So it might be like a balcony. Maybe I'll get a very small shrub and plant it outside. I know I like a living thing. Hello from Canada, says Isaac Snow. I can talk now. It's time myself playing thing in Path of Exile. Jonathan's in London. Oh my goodness, so many British folks. Oh, Leaf likes roller derby is in a parade this evening to kick off the season. Okay. Oh, and Mad Scientist can't do a tree because the dogs like to push it over. Yeah, you don't want that. Moonbook says, does anyone have a recommendation for a bookstore or something to do in Lyon? Oh, okay. So Paris, are we going to Paris? No, that's not Paris. That's France. France is different from Paris. Lyon, France, I assume. I don't know. Does anybody have any Lyonnaise recommendations? Kimberly says, we don't set up trees either. Just a small Christmas theme in the shape of a tree. Wait, a small Christmas theme in the shape of a tree? Does that mean like, um, what is that? What is Christmas theme? Like a wall hanging in the shape of a tree? Um, Friend of Dorothy likes the books. Thank you. Yeah, I do need to get going. I need to read every single one of these for a book report. Howdy from Texas, says Aaron. Where the men are men and the sheep are scared. No tree yet, says Lyra? Sorry. I mispronounce everything. I usually have a tiny fake one for my apartment. Oh, takes a string of lights and make it a tree shape on a window. Okay, that's doable. I've actually got a pile of Christmas lights just outside because they were on the balcony and they had the balcony lit up for like years that we've been here. And all of a sudden, our apartment place was like, if you have lights on your balcony, we're going to fine you $100. So you can't have any lights of any kind outside, which means when the sun goes down, you can't go out on your balcony. You're like, there's no lights. You can't have any lights out there. But yeah, I guess it is the start of the Christmas/holiday season. Taman says, this is my first Christmas with a pet cat, so I'm putting it up. Yeah, it's so hard to deal with that stuff when you've got like an animal to worry about. I wonder how my parents are going to handle it. They just got a puppy. So they're going to have to figure out like how to, like, you know, obviously the puppy is not well behaved because it's a puppy. So they're going to have to figure out what to do about like tree stuff. I don't know. They may not even do a tree this year. They've been very, keeping the holidays modest for the last few years. So, it's been my first Christmas with pet. Pictures of hanging our Christmas. Wait, pictures wall. Okay, I thought for a second I read that as you put up pictures of yourself hanging pictures. Let's make that the new holiday tradition. We like to put up pictures of ourselves hanging the pictures that we're putting up. It's very weird. Let's see. Okay, so I don't like this new thing that YouTube does. Of course, YouTube's doing something new, and of course I don't like it. Where the chat is, I mean, the layout of the live stream stuff is a little better, but the chat is white text on a black background, which is real hard to read. I wish I had an option to change the color scheme here, but let's try to send feedback. No, participants. I can toggle the timestamps. That's kind of nice. Okay, neat. Marinus says cats are typically fine with trees, but mine's sad in it. I like seeing a cat perched in something. So maybe instead of a tree, you could just do like one of those cat towers and, I don't know, put branches in it or something. Or just light it up. Would that be safe? That might not be safe. The cat would like to chew on things. I don't know. I want to light up cat tree. That's what we'll do for Christmas. We don't have a cat, but that's what we'll have. We don't do a tree, says Kevin. We do sing loudly along with Christmas, classic Christmas albums. Okay, so what are good Christmas things? Good Christmas holiday sing-along things? Because that's what I'm kind of in the mood for. Here in Seattle, we do a sing-along. I always confuse them. Is it Mame or Auntie-Mame? The musical one. We have a sing-along, Mame/Auntie-Mame, whichever one it is. But what are good Christmas singing things? It doesn't have to just be Christmas. It could be any winter stuff at all. John Newman volunteers to be an elf on the shelf. I don't even know what that, like, I hear that. I've been hearing that every year for years. I know it's a thing, and I think it has to do with surveillance, and, like, my impression is that it's a little bit creepy, but I don't actually know what it is. I'm flocking everything this year, even the puppy, says Count Fosco likes mice. Count Fosco likes mice. My sister's cat likes to pull all the decorations off, and sometimes the tree comes down. Yeah, that's the thing, is pet proofing for Christmas is a challenge. Aluminum Christmas trees. It was a trend. I do remember those. I do remember those. Check settings for dark light theme options, says Aaron. Okay, well, I'm not going to go clicking around in the settings like while you're watching me here, because that would be very exciting. Here, come to the live stream of a person clicking settings, but I will go looking for that. Thank you, Aaron. Elf on the Shelf is creepy. This is not tested on animals. What? Oh, leave says my grandparents had an aluminum tree with a color wheels. Okay, so it was just like, oh my gosh, change colors. Yikes. Um, I don't I don't hate that, but you have to have a very particular decor for that to work, I think. Not animal tested says it's supposed to watch your kids and report on Santa. I don't want that. I don't want surveillance. Yeah, I know. I don't like it. It's a thing for kids. Parent moves a toy elf around the house and the kids are supposed to think it's magic. Okay. Okay, I mean, sure, that's sweet. Um, I guess I guess that's sweet. I just don't like the watching. It's always watching aspect. Makes me so uncomfortable. Um, Husband is very traditional. I'm more creative. I like the kids to be involved. We Christmas carol for the elderly here in Oklahoma City with our church. That's kind of nice. What are good carols? I want some good carols to and good singing, good Christmas singing things. Elf on the Shelf is a game. Yes, filmmaker of the future. Santa, he said to watch if you're naughty or nice. Parents change the location. Kids can't touch it. I don't know. There's something very like Garden of Eden about that. It was like 1930s Art Deco for their background to the aluminum tree. Wow. Wow. Okay. Um, oh, and they do sell Elf on the Shelf with cameras. That's really creepy. Too much. Too much. Thank you for hosting. I love your videos. First time checking out your live stream. Thank you, a Wily Kit. Glad that you are here. Your Christmas tree should open like an umbrella. Yeah, wait, is that from the Grinch? Yes, yes, it's from the Grinch. That's a joke from the Grinch. There's a good thing to watch. There's a good Christmas watching, singing tradition right there. I love old movies like White Christmas. Some problematic bits on that one, but mostly good. Bing Crosby. Okay, yeah, the very classic stuff. Moonmix says, am I the only one that celebrates Hanukkah? We always did Hanukkah when I was growing up, although we weren't religious about anything. So we would have a menorah and we'd have a tree, because my dad grew up Jewish. My mother grew up with a, I don't actually know. I don't know what her religious tradition actually was. It was just one of the ones with Christmas trees. And so we would have a menorah and we'd have the Christmas tree and I didn't even know that they were religious until, like I was in my teens. Probably earlier than that, now that I think about it. It was probably earlier than my teens that I knew they were religious. But still, like I just thought it was just, here's something we do for the season. Oh, Isaac Snow died in less than 10% XP. I'm sorry to hear that. Good King Wenceslas is my favorite carol. That's the Christmas carol that the fewest people know the words of. But I do like the music in that one. If I had to sing it, I don't think I'd be able to sing it past the title. Tomer says, my aim this year is to watch more Christmas movies since I feel growing up Jewish means I miss a lot of classic films that Christmas celebrating people usually watch as kids. Okay. Well, what are some good things to watch there? I mean, there's Frosty, friend of Dorothy, just watched Frosty last night, but I don't feel like that's like super Christmassy. I guess there's Miracle on 34th Street. That's the first one that comes to mind. That's one's very Santa-y. There's, I don't know, Gremlins. Did you see, if you're in Toronto, is anybody in Toronto? The delightful Anthony Oliveira is showing Gremlins as part of the Dumpster Raccoon series. So that's Christmassy. Also, of course, Batman Returns? Batman Returns, right? The one with Catwoman. Joy to the World, yes. And yes, flocking, spraying Christmas tree with fake snow. Frosting spray for windows. Term for gay men going to the... Wait, it's term for gay men going to the gym? I've never heard that, but I instantly understand it. Hugh celebrates Hanukkah. John Newman says Carpenters. I assume you're talking about like a Carpenter's Christmas album and not just like a bunch of carpenters showed up at your house. But I guess that could be religious because wasn't Jesus a carpenter? I always knew Christmas was Christianity associated, but it was never specifically presented that way in my house, says Isaac. Yeah, same with me. It was like we had a star on the tree and there were like angel decorations on the tree, but there was like it just never came up. The religious stuff never came up. I think the old school stop motion Christmas movies they show on TBS are pretty interesting. Well, sure, there's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, of course. What else? There's what's the one with pardon me. Cold Master? Cold Master and Heat Miser? I think that's wrong. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life, of course, of course. Taman recommends Christmas-themed horror movies. Are there a lot of those? I suppose there probably are. I know that there's a Bad Santa one, and there's the one about the evil snowman. I don't know about like horror, like a lot of horror Christmas movies. Michael Verratti, who's been a Sewers of Paris guest, he writes both Christmas movies and horror movies. I don't know that he's ever combined them. I don't know if he's ever combined them, but he's been a Christmas guest. He's been a Sewers of Paris guest, and he's been he was a judge on Dragula recently. Oh, on the I want to say it was on the Dungeons and Drag Queens episode. But so he writes both genres, but I don't know that he's ever combined them. I love really bad Christmas-themed horror movies entertainment. Yes, I love Rudolph stop-motion special from the 60s. It's cute, plus the sexism toward the female characters. Oh, Home Alone. Okay, yeah, that's pretty Christmassy. Of course, Die Hard, says Wiley Kit. Love Actually, says John Newman. Cannot take that one. It's just too much for me. Holiday with Katherine Hepburn and Cary Grant. I don't know that one. Count Fosco Likes Mice. Holiday starring... Wait, hold on. I should be writing these down. Where's my list? Okay, so I'm doing it a little differently this time. Instead of writing it physically down, I've got the laptop in front of me. So, Holiday with Katherine Hepburn. Okay. Of course, Die Hard. We'll put that on the list. I can't put Love Actually on the list. I can't recommend Love Actually because everyone is so unpleasant in that film. I mean, I'm sure they're lovely people, the actors. I'm sure the actors are lovely. But everyone is just so unpleasant to each other. Oof. Freeform throws in random popular Disney movies at Christmas, not because they're Christmassy, but because they're family related. Okay, well, that's kind of nice. Year Without a Santa Claus. Wait, remind me, Year Without a Santa Claus. I know that that's a thing, but I can't remember what that is. Oh, well, I guess Santa Claus versus the Martians. That's another good one. I'll put that on the list. A Year Without Santa Claus. Pentatonix Christmas Caroling. What? Tell me more about that. Is that Pentatonix X? Okay. Christmas caroling. Okay, I broke my brain just now by starting to write Christmas but saying out loud Xmas. That completely rewired all of the language centers of my brain and broke me. Heat Miser, Snow Miser. That's it. They're both misers. I don't know. I thought it was Heat Master. No, Heat Miser and Snow Master. That's who I'll be seeing at the bar tonight. Bad Santa and of course the Bad Santas. Yes. Santa versus the Martians. The Santa Claus, despite Tim Allen, says John Newman. That does have, the sequel has Martin Short as Jack Frost, I want to say. And someone accuses him of being willful and malicious. And he says, "Did you say skillful and delicious?" Which is a funny joke. So it's got at least one funny joke in that movie. Oh, A Year Without Santa Claus is the one with Heat Miser and Snow Miser. Okay. Oof. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Yes, obviously the Snowman. Moonbug has to go enjoy West Side Story. Have a good time at the theater. Mina F just joined. Hello, Mina. The only Christmas film I remember watching, says Tomer, was Meet Me in St. Louis. That one's kind of a bummer, actually. I mean, it's a good movie, but the Christmas stuff is sad. Animated holiday movie from the 90s called Clarabelle's Wish. A calf bonds with a mute boy, and animals can talk in a sweet and an old-fashioned way. Okay, I mean, I'm willing to give that a shot. Wait, what was it called? Clarabelle's Wish. Clarabelle's Wish. Muppet Christmas Carol. Okay, yes. Muppet Christmas Carol. Now there's... Let's not confuse them. Yes, okay, so there's Muppet Christmas Carol. That one's pretty good. Muppet Christmas Carol. Good guess. Albert Finney, I want to say, is Scrooge in that one. But there's also A Very Merry Muppet Christmas, which, not as great. Pentatonix might be the best a cappella group ever, says Aaron. DVR is already set to record Miracle. Okay, Rudolph. Okay, Friend of Dorothy has a lot of things set. Miracle on 34th Street, Rudolph, Drummer Boy, Santa Coming to Town, White Christmas. I don't know all of those. Wait, what's Drummer Boy? And Santa Coming to Town? I don't know that one. Accidental Angel, starring Dolly Parton. Cheesy Christmas rom-com. Okay, wait, oops, uh-oh, okay. This is the problem with having the laptop here. I'm accidentally clicking the wrong stuff. Accidental Angel. I like a Dolly Parton. That feels, I would like to have a Dolly Parton at Christmas. I bet Dolly Parton's Christmases are lavish and super gay. Jack Frost, 1979, stop motion one, narrated by a groundhog, and Jack Frost takes on a wait, what? Jack Frost takes on a Russian man to try to win the heart of a girl. Okay, I know there's been a lot of Jack Frost movies. 1979, sort of specify. Leave tries to avoid bummer Christmas films. Oh, Annabelle's Wish. That's actually starting to sound familiar. Annabelle's Wish. That I kind of remember that name. Muppet Christmas Carol is Michael Caine is Scrooge. That's right. What am I thinking with Albert Finney? Oh, of course. He's in the actual Christmas Carol. He's like in the like from the 40s Christmas Carol. I might be wrong about that, but hold on. Which Christmas Carol is Albert Finney's? Yes, of course. Albert Finney Xmas Carol. That one's from like, yeah, okay, 1970. Yeah, 40s. Okay. Muppet Scrooge was okay, Cecile. And here's the thing. Wiley Kit recommends 80s Star Wars Christmas special. There's some fun bits in that, but here's the thing that everybody forgets. It's 2 fucking hours. It's way too long. It's unbearably long. And it takes a long time to get to the good bits. So I think there's a good, fun, weird, bad Star Wars holiday special that could be, like, Disney could actually make and put out something that would be fun to watch and laugh at how bad it is. But it's really hard to laugh at the actual 2-hour uncut version because it just takes so long. But I think there's a good, like, half-hour okay fiasco that could be cut down from that. That would be my masterpiece. And of course, the first appearance of the original Mandalorian, the Boba Fett, who's been watching? Have we been watching The Mandalorian? No spoilers, but I think it's very good. I'm enjoying it a lot. I think it's great. And something interesting is no spoilers, so I'm being careful. I'm choosing my words carefully here. The character on the show has a level of competence that James pointed out suggests that perhaps Boba Fett wasn't very good at his job, and I kind of like that. I like that. Who knows if this is where it's going? But if what we take away from The Mandalorian is that Boba Fett was just clumsy and kind of stupid, I kind of like that. Smoky Mountain Christmas, another Dolly Parton Christmas movie that involves orphans and a witch trying to curse Dolly. What? Okay, Smoky Mountain Xmas. That sounds great. And of course, there's the there's a Muppet Christmas Carol, not Christmas Carol, Muppet Christmas special. That's like the Muppets and Sesame Street and Fraggle Rock, and everybody comes together. I forget the name of that. Which one is that? I think it's their best Christmas work. Although there's also a Sesame Street special, now that I think about it. There's a Sesame Street special from the 80s that's very good. Okay, they've got a lot of good stuff. And there's the John Denver album. They do Christmas carols with John Denver. It's very, very sweet. Katherine Hepburn's last acting in anything was a TV Christmas movie called One Christmas. Okay, I'll put that on the list. One Christmas. Another Hepburn movie. Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas concert here in Oklahoma City. Oh boy, that's an intense one. Yes, I'm familiar with Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas stuff. Kind of blows your socks off. Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol? That was a thing? Good lord. Okay, I'm putting that on the list just because I want to check it out. Mr. Magoo's Xmas Carol. Aroha Williams says, just joined. Love from New Zealand, the country where Lord of the Rings Hobbit was filmed. Hello to New Zealand. How are holiday things going there? Are there, like, New Zealand holiday, like, specifically New Zealand, or Kiwi, I guess, Christmas traditions, like things that are special to New Zealand around this time of year? John Newman recommends The Homecoming, aka The Waltons' Christmas. Do you have to know The Waltons? Do you have to have seen The Waltons to get that one? Not Animal Tested says, Boba Fett was pretty bad based on what we saw in the movie. I know, right? Yes, he didn't actually do anything. Got killed by accident. Ugh. Yeah. It was everybody's favorite. Sue says he looked cool, but never actually did anything. Yeah, never got the hype behind him. Because he was mysterious is the thing. And as soon as they start, like, explaining what his deal is, as soon as you start learning stuff about him, it's like, oh, yeah, sure. You could just, like, he could be a cipher that you could put anything onto and be like, oh, okay, here's my headcanon about Boba Fett. And you could appreciate him for the stuff that you make up about him. If you let's see all the Muppetry. Yes. Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas. Yes, that's another. I mean, it's another one that's like lovely. I wouldn't say like it's my favorite Muppet thing around the holidays. I think it's a little slow, and it's got a lot of like that Jim Henson kind of like cheesy schlocky stuff that Jim really did like. But it is extremely sweet. Hello to Swimmer Pug, who just joined. Yeah, Thank Matthew says, another one you're talking about with the Muppet Special, 87 or so. That sounds about right, yeah. I always feel sorry for the Santa in the Auckland Christmas Parade. Oh, no. Oh, that must be warm. If we're talking about Jim Henson Christmas specials, this is Mina. And Nami says, I might watch Emmett Otter Jugman Christmas for the first time this year. I recommend that. That is a good thing to... Muppet Family Christmas, that's it. That's my favorite one. Muppet Family Chris. It's actually, so it's quite good and actually funny, and Jim's still around for that one. I like it because it's got the right mix of very sweet, it's got a lot of heart, but it's also got some good jokes. Yes, that is a very good one. I like that one. What about TV specials, like special Christmas episodes of TV? Last year, I did a video about Pee-wee's Christmas special with just a cast of gazillions. Who's in that one? Like Magic Johnson and Oprah and Annette and Frankie and Annette and Dinah Shore and Cher and Charo and, oh gosh, who else? Who else do we have in that one? Joan Rivers. There's lots. Little Richard is in that one. Just everybody. So that's like I like the Christmas specials when TV does those. But what are there like shows that have done Christmas specials that are particularly good? It's like bonus points if they're like anything gay about them, because I'm always looking for like the gay angle on everything, of course. Obviously, there's the episode of My So-Called Life that did the Christmas special. I've been talking for like 2 years about doing a culture cruise about that. But the thing is it's not like, as soon as you start talking about like the Christmas special of My So-Called Life, you have to talk about like all the other gay stuff from My So-Called Life. So at some point, I'll do a My So-Called Life culture cruise. It just would require a lot of watching. Like, gotta rewatch the entire series of that. Scrooged. Oh, yeah. Scrooged is a good one. Although the ending is super bizarre. I remember the ending being like just coming out of nowhere and not actually making sense, but just feeling like they got to the end of the movie and they were like, okay, we got to wrap this up. Let's just whatever. Just whatever happens, that's the end of the movie. But it's also very good. It's got the delightful Carol Kane, not Carol King. It's got Carol Kane in a lovely role, slapping Bill Murray around. It's Always Sunny had a Christmas special. Okay, I'll check that out. Okay, hold on. I'm doing a separate list for Christmas specials. It's Always Sunny had one. And the Little House on the Prairie Christmas shows. Oh, Little House had. I didn't know that. House on the Prairie. I hate spelling the word prairie. Too many I's. It's so hot here in New Zealand. A tradition for us is pavlova, roast dinner. Activities. Going to the beach, stereotypically near, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, near a tree, a Christmas parade, leaving beer, not milk for Santa. Oh, that's great. That's lovely. Judy Garland's Christmas special, 1963. Oh, yes, of course. Judy Garland Xmas special. Yes. Yes. Upstart Crow did a pretty decent one. Wait, what is Upstart Crow? I'll put that on the list. My So-Called Life and Upstart Crow? I've never heard of that. Flowery Garden says, are you going to get into newer media to examine? It'd be cool to see your takes on them. Well, I mean, the thing, I would like to. A challenge there is when I do the older stuff, there's a nice little nostalgia hit, but also, like, it's possible to take, like, a more historical view and, like, look at the context of what's going on. And it's hard to talk about context around modern stuff because not enough time has passed to like look back and be like, here's what was going on. We can analyze the media based on our knowledge of like the historical trends and like look at the bigger picture and what was coming next. That having been said, plenty of people do contemporary media criticism, like oh goodness, I can't believe I forgot her name. Lindsay Ellis. Like Lindsay Ellis does pretty contemporary stuff. So to the point where sometimes I saw in her most recent Disney one, she had to use like bootleg footage that somebody had shot on it with a camcorder in a theater because nothing had come out on video for her to use for, I think it was The Lion King, the new Lion King. Let's see. All in the Family Christmas episode. Oh yes, there's that one. All in the Family. Pee-wee Christmas special. Yes, indeed. So good. Claymation Christmas. Staple growing up, says Chemical Tree. Interesting Glee Christmas episodes, says Mina. That's true. I just find that show hard to watch. Now, I think I liked it when it was on. I was very into the Glee when it was on. 'Cause it was nice to see, like, musical stuff. But now, I don't know, like, the more time goes by, the less watchable I find that show. What's your definition of a Christmas special? Says not tested on animals. Is it just like an episode about Christmas, or does it have to be significantly different from the usual show? I mean, either, I guess. Like, Pee-wee's Christmas special is definitely, like, something very different. But no, I'm totally down for just, like, oh, it's the holidays and everyone's rushing to get somewhere. That's, good enough for me. I just like, some marker in the year that lets you know where you are chronologically in a year. Edwin says, Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special is so queer. Yes, it really, really is. Netflix produced a Super Monsters holiday special last year that covered various cultural holidays, including Hanukkah and Wiccan Solstice. What? Okay, I'll check that out. Super Monsters. I don't know what that is. Super Monsters. It's like if Blackadder did Shakespeare, but with incredibly well-researched details and modern sensibilities. Okay, that sounds good. I like that. I love Upstart Crow, says David Abercrombie. I've never heard of it. Star Trek, Where No Man Has Christmas Before. Wait, what? Sue annoys Kirk by throwing tinsel. Is this a thing? Is that a real thing? Was there a Star Trek Christmas thing? That would have to be in the animated series. It's the only one that I haven't really watched. I would love that to be a thing, but I don't think that's real. Lady Gaga and the Muppets. Oh, that's right. Lady Gaga did one with the Muppets. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm putting that on the list. Lady Gaga, Muppets, Xmas thing. Lee's sound design just annoyed me so much. They never sounded like they were in the place they were supposed to be. I suppose that's true. Yeah. I didn't mind that so much. Because it's just sort of a thing when there's a musical. Unless they're, like everybody's singing live or whatever. It's just sort of a thing. Like suddenly the soundtrack switches and we're in the pre-recorded version that they're lip syncing to. I don't hate that. Seal says, I found Lady Gaga's interactions with Muppets really disappointing. You just think she'd be in her element, but it's like she can't believe in them. Oh, well, that's sad. Yeah, there's some people who totally buy in and are totally there for the Muppets. Like Vincent Price, great with the Muppets. Same thing with Charles Grodin in The Muppet Caper. Completely there with the Muppets. But then you've got people like Florence Henderson, for example, who just doesn't feel like she always seems like she's looking for the puppeteer and just doesn't quite get it. I remember watching the Pee-wee's Playhouse one with a joke about marrying fruitcake. Oh, yes, the fruitcake joke. One of the only times my boyfriend actually got a little mad at me was because I relentlessly criticized an episode of Glee. Oh, jeez. You should be allowed to criticize episodes of Glee. Then again, don't, browbeat people about television. Just be like, I don't like it if somebody doesn't want to hear about it. Christmas special I grew up with was Mickey's Magical Christmas. I don't remember that. It wasn't particularly amazing, but I watched it all the time. Mickey's Magical Christmas. Nope, totally unfamiliar with that one. Mickey's Magical Christmas. There is the Disney Christmas Carol version with like Mickey and Scrooge with Scrooge. Yeah, wait, no, I had it right. Scrooge McDuck. Now I'm questioning that. Was it Scrooge McDuck as Scrooge? Yes. Okay. Yes. I don't know why. For a second, I was like thinking it was Goofy, but no, he was Jacob Marley. Okay. Gosh, this is making me realize I literally haven't watched it since it was on a VHS tape in my parents' house in the 80s. Hello from Malaysia, says Aikuchi. Up at 2:30 a.m. just for this. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad to be keeping you company at night. Madeline Kahn is the Muppet. Yes. Madeline Kahn's interactions with Muppets. So great. Now, I'm thinking of her on Sesame Street. Was she ever on The Muppet Show? She was. I think. Now I'm questioning that. Madeline Kahn, Muppet Show? Was she on The Muppet Show? Yes. Oh, of course she was. Yes, of course she was. Okay, there she is. Episode 209. Yes. Yes, she is great. Gosh. I wish there was a Madeline Kahn Christmas special. Wouldn't that be lovely? Although I think she was Jewish, so I wish there was a Madeline Kahn Hanukkah special. Mickey's Magical Christmas also had a sequel. Oh boy. Mickey's Magical Hanukkah. The Christmas claymation from the 70s. Yes. A lot of recommendations for those stop motion Rankin Bass, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think that's kind of the only good one. Like the others are fine. That like Heat Miser, I love their songs, but the Rudolph one is really the best. John Newman says, wasn't there this is hard to say, a Kiss Christmas special? I'm going to say no because it's just too hard to say. Kiss Christmas special back in the 70s. Maybe. Although, I don't know. Wait, Kiss Christmas special? 1979. Oh my goodness. No, this isn't real. This is from Family Guy. Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park was a thing, apparently, but no. I think it's made up, sadly. Bob Mathis Friedman loved Joey Heatherton's interaction with Muppets. I don't know who Joey Heatherton is. Oh, of course, Myth. Wait, that's not Madeline Kahn. Is it? Muppet movie, Madeline Kahn? Oh, you're right. It is. Yes. It's a myth. Yes. Such a dumb joke. Madeline Kahn and Clue, of course. She's good. The movie itself, not great. But I recommend there's this one scene that is very watchable of Madeline Kahn and Marty Feldman and, what's his name? Gilda Radner's husband, Gene Wilder. It's Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn, and Marty Feldman, not Young Frankenstein, in the terrible film, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Younger Brother, or something like that. It might be just like Sherlock Holmes' younger brother. Not a good movie, but there's this one scene where they suddenly break out into song, and it's actually quite good and watchable. Because they're great actors and they're funny. But the script, it's just not a funny film. But anyway, yes, anything Madeline Kahn, particularly make this your holiday tradition. Watch What's Up, Doc. It's so good. And it's just bonkers to see at the beginning of that film and introducing Madeline Kahn. Like, can you imagine being in the position to, like, introduce Madeline Kahn? Anyway, it's a fantastic film. Peter Bogdanovich. And I always get his name wrong. Channing Tatum. Nope. Yes. Channing Tatum, right? Nope. Tatum O'Neal, not Channing Tatum. He's a modern man. Tatum O'Neal is an old man. Woof. Even Stevens and Rugrats had Hanukkah episodes. Great. Let me put that on the list. Even Stevens, Rugrats had Hanukkah episodes. Mixed Nuts is hilarious, says Madeline Kahn. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen Mixed... No, I don't think I've ever seen Mixed Nuts. I should check that out. I want to say thank you for helping me as a straight guy with no gay friends come to an understanding that not everyone sees the world the same way as me. Says largely irrelevant. Oh no, but you're welcome. Largely irrelevant. Thank you for watching. Mad Scientist likes Madeline Kahn and High Anxiety. It's another one where she's great. The movie's not so good, but yeah. Tying Clue back to Muppets, Tim Curry is the most amazing Long John Silver ever to grace the screen. Oh. Is that on Disney Plus? Yes, that's. I think we just like poked our heads in to take a glimpse at that. Yeah, gosh, that's another one that like, not the best. That Muppet Christmas, nope. Muppet Treasure Island, it's okay, but it just doesn't quite feel like the Muppets to me. Taman says, Christmas has never been a big deal in my home, so I never really built a tradition, but I do like the Rudolph films. Strong memories of Rudolph and the Isle of Misfit Toys. Oh, well, there you go. That's very gay. That island of here we are, we're misunderstood misfits, and we've created a community for ourselves. Yes, that's very queer. Sherlock Holmes' smarter older brother, says Bob Mathis Friedman. Yes. It's not great. I think it's got Dom DeLuise in there somewhere as well. Just doesn't make sense. The jokes aren't that funny, but that one kangaroo hop scene where they're playing the piano and singing and dancing, it's a real bright spot, and otherwise a real dud. I'll be home for Christmas. Terrible movie, but Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Oh, okay. I'll be home for Christmas. I don't know if I know that one. I'll be home Christmas. Okay, of course, that brought up just the lyrics. Movie. 98, that's exactly when Jonathan Taylor Thomas would have been. Oh yeah, there he is on the cover, giving his hunky look at the, yep, there he is. What a heartthrob. Yep, I recall people just wanted to stare at that Jonathan Taylor Thomas all day long. And now I've lost my list of things to... Okay, there we go. I just, jumped ahead in the chat and I saw The Orgy. Wait, what are we talking about there? Madeline Kahn and History of the World. Okay. Men are always coming and going and always too soon. That is Madeline Kahn in Blazing Saddles. Did anyone mention the Proud Family Kwanzaa special? Oh, no. We've got Even Steven Rugrats Proud Family. Put that on the list of holiday specials. Yes, the orgy selection scene. No, the orgy selection scene is no, yes. Coming and going and going and coming is when she's Lily von Stupp in Blazing Saddles. Xena had a winter solstice episode that featured the invention of Santa Claus. Okay, that's great. Is there anything Xena can't do? And Largely Relevant said, would you consider the Warriors to be gay, as in, campy? Probably. I've never seen the whole thing. I've seen bits and pieces of the Warriors. Should that be my new Christmas tradition? Should I watch the Warriors for Christmas? Because I haven't seen the whole film. Matching outfits. Anything with matching outfits is definitely going to be campy. Joining the army. Having, matching little costumes is... Yes, anything involving matching costumes is gay. So yes. Les Yamagata says, sorry, entered the chat late. What about Rudolph cartoon? Yes, okay. Yeah, dad putting mud on the nose. Very gay, very gay. Insipid guys versus girls, reindeer games feels fairly parochial in its views. It is definitely of its time. It's super sexist, and the casual... I'm not going to call it homophobia exactly, but the dad being like, no, we can't have a son who's different. Ugh, gross. Certainly dates it. It's a problematic special now that we look back on it. But happy ending? He finds his people and he's appreciated, but only because he's useful to the straight people? I guess. Maybe I'm reading too far into that one. But, yeah. Oh, That's So Raven had a Christmas special? Okay. That's So Raven. Did it have a special, or are we just naming shows from the 90s now? Rare Exports, a Finnish Christmas horror movie that is campy and wonderful. A Christmas tradition in my house, is Katherine Peabody. Okay, Rare Exports. Fleecil says, I'm a little late. Fill me in, please. We are talking about holiday specials and traditional movies to watch and carols to sing and shows with that had Christmas episodes. Yeah, to get in the mood, because we need to get in the mood. Recommend The Warriors and anything featuring the mighty Lynn Thigpen, says Bob Mathis Friedman. Oh, of course. PSHRF recommends the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. Gosh, yes. He-Man and She-Ra. With the wonderful scene with Skeletor carrying a cute little animal and being like, I like fights. Fights are fun. That makes a character interesting. We've been talking a lot about what makes characters interesting and what contributes to drama and stuff. And Skeletor liking fights definitely means that, like as Barbarella says, a great many dramatic situations start with screaming. Tom Lindbergh is here. Hello, Vasquette. It's not really a Christmas movie, but love Simon. Simon comes out to his family on Christmas morning. Oh, okay. That's, as good a time as any, I guess. I just saw somebody tweeted they were coming out to their parents in the middle of, like, the turkey delivery guy showing up. So it's just, like, everybody sitting around awkwardly while the turkey guy is taking, like, the order, I guess. I don't know if this is a thing, but I guess it's a thing where somebody comes to your house and is like, how many turkey pieces do you want? And so everyone's just sitting around awkwardly in the middle of the coming out situation. So that's fun. Look for that on Twitter. Let's see. Alejandro would like the videos to be in Spanish as well as English. That would be great. I would love that. I do not speak Spanish, though, so I need to find someone who could do a translation and translate the captions for me. But if somebody would be willing to do that, I would love that. That would be amazing. As it is, like, the best you could do is, like, YouTube will automatically translate if you click the little gear thing. It'll give you, like, automatic translations from the English captions, but I know that's not perfect. Tom Anderson says, I've heard a myth of a Star Wars Christmas special. Anyone seen it? Yes, we did talk about that one a little earlier. It's no myth. It's real. It's 2 hours long. Too much. Harvey Korman's in that one. Oh, I should mention, I interviewed, I had the one of the writers of that on Sewers of Paris, Bruce Valanche. We talked about the Star Wars Christmas special. So go check out the Bruce Valanche episode of the Sewers of Paris. We talk a little bit about, like, the drug-fueled writing of that piece of art. Unseelie Dreams recommends Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, that's, I think, Nightmare Before Xmas. Yeah, I'm thinking back to that one. If it's better to watch around Christmas or if it's better to watch around Halloween. Really, either. Either one is just fine. Both. Fleecilus loves Albert Finney's Christmas Carol. It's very Albert Finney's very good, but I think there are Christmas Carol adaptations that I just like more. Familiar with the He-Man ad from Money Supermarket? Yes, I am familiar with that. Yes, largely irrelevant. I am not nice. Bewitched 70s Christmas themed show. Really? Bewitched had one? I didn't know that. Bewitched. Star Wars Christmas special, says Bob Mathis Friedman. Doesn't get any more gay than B. Arthur singing So What from Cabaret. Wait, what? Is that what that song is? Airs not the best, but Muppets Letters to Santa. Oh, I don't know that one. Muppets Letters to Santa. I haven't heard of that. They have so much Christmas stuff. Muppets Letters to Santa. Is that newish? No Christmas special with trans themes. I guess that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, a Christmas special or a Christmas movie or Christmas anything that involves trans people. Openly trans people. I can't really think of anything. Is there anything? Yeah, I don't know. There is a glaring omission. There's a need for that. I would love to see that. Christina says I could get my buddy Pedro to translate the Spanish stuff. That would be great. Yes, please put me in touch. If you all know anybody in any language who would like to translate any of my YouTube videos, please put us in touch. I can supply the script for them to use, so they could just like take the written stuff and translate it, because that would be amazing. I would love to have my videos translated. Yeah, Christina says Star Wars Christmas special is 2 hours of my life I can't get back. That's how I feel. Like, there's a lot of things people are like, oh, I love bad movies. I got to watch, like, Zardoz, for example. And it's like, you don't really need to watch all the bad stuff. I think John Hodgman talks about this, about, like, there's only a limited amount of time in your life, and spend it watching the stuff that you really, really want to watch and enjoy. Largely irrelevant suggests Mamma Mia. Is there Christmas stuff in Mamma Mia? I'm trying to remember. I don't think there is, because it's all pretty summery. Is there Christmas stuff in that one? The Munsters Scary Little Christmas 96? That is the goofiest title for anything I've ever seen. Wait, hold on. The Munsters Scary Little Christmas 96. Okay, I'm just putting that on my list. There's an X-Files one? Really? X-Files. Now the Ghost Stole Christmas 98. Okay, I'll check that out. X-Files. I may have to sit this conversation out. Christmas is a shopping event in my Muslim country and my family is Buddhist. Oh gosh, yeah. There's a lot of, surely there are still like holiday traditions that you do around like the end of the year. Susan Lucci being a teenage intern. Wait, what? What is that in? Susan Lucci being a teenage intern all the way to the owner of the Dobbin store? What is that? Oh, Angry Inches about trans issues. Is it Christmassy? There are Christmas things in there, aren't there? It's been a long time since I saw Hedwig. I think Transparent might have some mention, but I didn't watch that. I haven't watched it either. Tom Lindbergh can translate into German. Okay, great. That would be amazing. Tom, if you would be up for translating some videos into German. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I've got like 20-something Culture Cruise videos at this point. I certainly do not expect you to like transcribe and translate, translate dozens and dozens and dozens of videos. But if there's a particular video that you would like to translate, just let me know and I'll send you the script. Bewitched had 4 Christmas episodes, including Sisters at Heart. Wow, I didn't know that. Huh. Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever, 2014. Oh, gosh. Grumpy Cat. I've forgotten about him. Consider Better Than Chocolate to be a good holiday watch, but not Xmas related directly. Better Than Chocolate is a good holiday. Okay. I'll put that on the list. I don't think I've ever seen that. Better Than Chocolate. Will they have a new Batman Christmas-themed show, or will they go right to Crisis on Infinite Earth? Says Pushkin. Oh, I would. Oh, Batwoman Christmas-themed show. I mean, I'm down for a Christmas-themed Batwoman. Wasn't there a Flintstones Christmas special? That does sound familiar. Now I can't think of what it would be. And probably a little anachronistic, but then again, like, I'm not going to criticize Flintstones for being anachronistic about anything. Aaron says, Google Translate would translate any document into any language, but not well. Especially when you're talking about, like, something that has a lot of proper names or is, like, in natural spoken English rather than, like, grammatically correct English. Google Translate, not really foolproof. Favorite Christmas movie has to be A Christmas Story. Reminds me of being age 6, thinking Santa wasn't going to come because I got bad grades. That would anger my family, especially grandma. Oh, that's sweet. I think I saw a Christmas movie, like, just at the wrong age. Like, I think I saw it as a teenager, and there's just really nothing in that movie that is, like, teenager appealing. Because, like, all the kid stuff is too young, all the grown-up stuff is too old, and as a teenager, just, like, bah humbug about it. Oh, Edward Scissorhands, of course. That's a great one. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put Christmas Story and Edward Scissorhands on the list. That's a great one. Yes. Isaac Snow's back. I'm sure the Flintstones was maybe a Take on a Christmas Carol. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, Kautsu says, cure for driving around, Edward Scissorhands, cure for driving around looking at Christmas lights. A depressing time of year. It doesn't have, I mean, it is a stressful time. It can be depressing because of all the, like, dark. It doesn't have to be. There's, like, nice stuff to enjoy as well. Did someone do? Wait, what? Christina said Grandma would get impatient. Wait, what is that? Oh yes. So like getting bad grades, angering the family. Grandma would get impatient, angered due to the fact that she didn't know how to deal with my mom and I both have ADD. Ooh, stress. I think the original Charmed had some good Christmas episodes. Oh, I'll check that out. Let's see. Charmed. Yeah, let's check that one out. So what do we have? Will and Grace had a few Christmas episodes. The new one from the reboot is funny. All right, Will and Grace. I think AbFab has 2 Christmas episodes. That sounds right. AbFab, and Frasier Christmas episodes. Frasier Christmas episodes, and there is Rent. I'm just so reluctant to recommend Rent. That's right, the one where Frasier was homeless. Yeah, that is a pretty good one. Let's see. All-time favorite Christmas movie, show, etc. That's tough. And the first Evil was introduced during a Buffy Christmas episode. Wow. Reluctant to recommend Rent. I'm sure there's... so I think Lindsay Ellis does a better job explaining that than I could. But there's a lot of... There's some good songs in there. But for one thing, I don't think it's a great story. So I just don't, love it in general. But also, the more distance I have from the musical, Rent was super important to me as a kid. Like, when I was in high school, I was very deeply motivated and invested in, I was like, oh my God, this is so meaningful and important. And now, the older I get, the more I'm like, these people are just, awful people. It's the same problem I had with, what was the other one that I was talking about where the people are, terrible to each other? Anyway, the people are just, not good people, and the take on the HIV epidemic is extremely facile and very surface level. And David Rakoff has another good critique where he's just pay your rent. That's just what people have to do, and they're just so unpleasant. It's as artists, they're we're doing this activism art to challenge everybody, and it's nobody. You're not making anything that anybody likes or has any meaning, and it's just not good. You're just not very good at what you do. So, I don't know, that all the characters in Rent just seem to want to ruin everybody else's life. So, I don't care for it. Let's see. Team America contained a better film adaptation of Rent than the Rent movie. Really? So there's the thing. It's I forget their names. The South Park guys who they did Team America, right? They're the ones. I find them to be really good at musical tropes. So same thing with the South Park movie, a really successful, just a really successful musical. A real pleasure to watch. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Team America, which I haven't seen, but adaptation of Rent. Really, Rent is an adaptation of La Boheme. So maybe is Team America just an adaptation of La Boheme? That's amazing. Hello Dolly. John Newman recommends Hello Dolly. Is that Christmassy? Is there Christmas stuff in that one? I'd have a hard time not recommending. Well, that's the thing, Tom. There's such a great cast, and I loved Idina Menzel and Tracy Thoms. So great, but and that song, that one number, pretty good. I just like the movie overall. Ugh. Christmas records, says Christina. My go-to records are Amy Grant's Christmas album and Home for Christmas. So Trisha Yearwood's The Sweetest Gift is good. Okay. I do like an Amy Grant. And Trading Places was always a film my family watched between Christmas and New Year's. Okay, I'm definitely putting that on a list. Trading Places. Kind of a troubling conclusion of that movie as well. The bad guys get their punishment in the end in a way that is kind of problematic. Wasn't enthralled with Rent, says Tired Old Movie Queen. Ditto Book of Mormon. I do like Book of Mormon. I wonder what they did so differently in the 2001 London production that made Rent make perfect. Oh, did they? Like, I don't know anything about that. Um, yeah, what was different in the 2001 London version? Hmm. Wiley Kid says, I didn't say Rent didn't have issues. I used to watch on World AIDS Day with my ex. I mean, I guess that is a good, uh, like a good occasion. If you're going to watch it, that's a good, because World AIDS Day, I think, is December 2nd. So, good time of year to watch it. Movie's so great. Wait, which movie is Jamie Lee Curtis, Dan Aykroyd? Oh, yeah, Trading Places. Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon, that's right. I forgot about that. Z Nation did a hilarious take on the nativity, including zombie camels and farm animals. Yikes. Uh, Interesting take on Ren has a lot to do with its link to Jonathan Larson. I guess maybe. Like, I don't even know what Jonathan Larson's connection to queer community is, as like a straight person writing a show about gay people. There's Auntie Mame, 1958. Rosalind Russell, wonderful Christmas scenes. Yes to Auntie Mame, says Frank Matthew. Isaac Snow says, I'm a young gay who doesn't know any of these. Well, so what I'm going to do is whenever I do these live streams, and I get all these great recommendations from everybody, as I put all the links, not the links, I put the list of all the recommendations in the description of the video. So if you come back to the video after it publishes, because I don't think I can do it. Maybe I can. Can I do it like now? So YouTube changed some things. Ooh, it looks like I can actually. Let me see. So I can put the list as I'm working on it in the description. Recommendations from this stream. Okay, and holiday specials. There we go. Okay, yeah, so it looks like I can actually put them in the description. So if you look at the description of the video, I think this is the first time I'm ever trying this, because YouTube changed a whole bunch of stuff. I think the list of recommendations should be there. And Isaac says you could post the list to Twitter once it's done. Yeah, I'll probably do that as well. But, the thing with Twitter, of course, is because of, like, algorithms, it's easy to miss stuff on Twitter. You're in the right place to learn, says yes, is Brianna. Yeah, it's a good place to learn about those Christmas specials. Let's see. Giant with rock. So I've never. Oh yeah, big Christmas scenes. James Dean is always yummy. Let me put that on the list as well. But now, I've got lists in 2 places, so this is a problem. Giant. Yeah. So I'd say best way to like see all the recommendations, just to like look for me on Twitter. I'll post a list there, and also look at the description of the video after it's over. Billy Gilman Christmas CD played all the time when I was a kid, says Frank Matthew. And Ingy Bingy says Team America is a must-see. The main character is a stage actor. He's introduced in a musical called Lease. Okay, so that's a subtle reference. Loved Auntie Mame with Rosalind Russell as much as I loved Lucy. Didn't like her. Yeah, the Lucy version is not fantastic. And White Christmas. Do I have that on the list yet? White Christmas. I mean, yeah, White Christmas, and I have a Miracle on 34th Street. Just make sure this list is complete. SNL Christmas with Gilly is pretty good. I don't know that. What is that? Miranda says, it came in late. What was Matt's opinion on Die Hard? It's fine. It's a very good movie. Like, my opinion is it's very good. I don't feel like that's controversial. It's just a good action film. And yeah, if you want to watch it for Christmas, sure, go ahead. I don't think it's my favorite Christmas movie, but someone asked earlier, what's my favorite Christmas movie? That's tough. I'm just like looking over some of the stuff that's been recommended here. I think that maybe that Muppet Family Christmas might be it. That might be my favorite. I guess there's also the Charlie Brown one, which is pretty good. Yeah, there's the Charlie Brown Christmas. There's now I'm just like listing the stuff that I watched as a kid, like The Grinch and Frosty and all that stuff. But those are all like the things that are attached to me as a child, so of course I like those. I love Lucy, but they put so much Vaseline on the. Yeah, she just wasn't the right actress for that. I hate to say, sorry, Lucy. Oh, it's a Christmas special hosted by Kristen Wiig's character Gilly. Oh, that's nice. I recently watched Trading Places and was taken aback with the casual use of the F word. Oh no. Circumstance Eddie Murphy is at the time asking, are these guys gay? Is entirely reasonable, but that's right. I think I do remember that. It was a different time, which really, it doesn't excuse it. By different time, I mean just like easier to be unpleasant without being called out. But I mean, of course, it was still unpleasant to use that word back then. The movie Go is a Christmas rave movie? I don't remember that at all. Is there Christmas stuff in Go? I mean, okay, I'll put it on the list. Holiday Inn was played. Oh, Holiday Inn. Yes. Yes, Holiday Inn with it's got some problems. I'm putting it on the list, but adding that it has problems. Yeah, of course, Elf. Yeah, sure. Go is set at Christmas. I don't remember that at all. Why don't I remember that? Huh. Yeah, no, yeah, I have virtually no memory of anything about the movie at all, so I guess it's not a surprise I don't remember the Christmas setting. Yeah, Tom, it's like using that word back in the 60s. Most people wouldn't speak up against it, but doesn't excuse it. Like, not not facing any consequences for using the term doesn't mean that it's okay to use it. Of course, Batman Returns. I can't believe I didn't put that on the list yet. Batman Returns. A fantastic Christmas movie, which didn't come out at Christmas. It was a Christmas movie that came out like in June because it was a big summer blockbuster movie set at Christmas for some reason. Sure, why not? I remember when that came out and there were like those, I want to say McDonald's commercials with all the penguins. There's a fun anti-Christmas movie, Uncle Nick. There's nothing queer in it. And it says I missed the rent discourse, didn't I? Yeah, you did. The rent discourse basically boils down to thumbs down. I don't like it. Oh well. Bells of St. Mary's. I don't know that one. Wait, let's see. Is Home Alone? Oh yeah, I guess Home Alone can go on the list. Home Alone, Bells of St. Mary's, and something else. Oh yeah, Uncle Nick. The whole Mr. Robot final season has a whole Christmas arc. Rami is an honorary gay. I don't know about that. Okay, so hold on. Mr. Robot final season. Have you seen Home for the Holidays? I think Robert Downey Jr. plays a gay relative. Oh, yeah, that's right. Home for the Holidays. I haven't seen that one. But yeah, I think you're correct that he's a gay relative in that one. Christina says, since I mentioned Amy Grant earlier, I did have a VHS back in the day called The Lion and the Lamb with Amy Grant, the late Christopher Reeve. Not sure if it's a Christmas movie, but you can try. I mean, The Lion and the Lamb sounds like there might be something Christmassy in there. Bob recommends Santa Claus versus the Martians, of course. They recently did a reshooting of episodes of All in the and the Jeffersons, and while the original Jeffersons included the N-word, the remake bleeped it out. Huh, that's interesting. I mean, I have mixed feelings about that because on one hand, censoring things often gives them even more power to be harmful. But on the other hand, I mean, I know personally that's not like a word that I like to hear coming out of my mouth. And there's a lot of contexts where I don't like to hear it coming out of other people's. But then again, like I was saying, like it's a word that I think reclaiming words is important, and finding power in words that were previously used against you is a good thing. So ultimately, I mean, that's super not my call, but it is interesting that they bleeped it out. I wonder what those conversations were like about whether or not they should do that. Sirmo says, wasn't Home Alone 2 better than the first one? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen... Yeah, I've never seen Home Alone 2. Never seen Home Alone 2. Klaus just came out on Netflix. Wait, what? Oh, the show Klaus. Quite possibly the most beautiful 2D animated film I've ever seen. I thought you meant somebody named Klaus just came out on Netflix. Like they had a coming out special on Netflix. Okay. Most beautiful 2D animated film. I will check that out. I've heard good things. Yeah, Mina says Robert Downey Jr. is Holly Hunter's gay brother, but it's Thanksgiving, not Christmas. Great film. Okay. Not sure if you saw... yes, Meet Me in St. Louis, classic Judy. Kind of a bummer, but yes. Meet Me in St. Louis. Power Rangers has many Christmas episodes. Fantastic. Some even feature a team-up with St. Nick. Are you kidding me? Well, of course, Power Rangers is going on the list. That's astounding. I would love to see the Power Rangers Christmas specials. That sounds so good. I like an obscure one, Cozy Dens. It's a Czech movie. I find it interesting as a Christmas without all our Western traditions. Oh, that does sound interesting. Cozy Dens, huh? Cozy Dens. Does that like? Hold on, I'm looking that one up. Of course, of course. That just gave me pictures of cozy dens to decorate your house with. Cozy Dens, cinema Czech comedy about two neighboring families, so you have ordinary characters in exaggerated form. Okay, cool. That sounds fun. I like a Czech comedy. My hubby would be your biggest fan right now, probably regarding Power Rangers. Huge fan. Wonderful. So I wasn't really like Power Rangers fluent when it was on, when it was a thing. So, you know, I'm certainly not an expert, but it's a show that I've come to appreciate the zany, goofy campiness of. And we were friends with one of the writers when we lived in Los Angeles. One of the guys who wrote some of the early episodes of the American version. That, you know, that basically they'd get all the stuff from Japan and have to cobble together footage of the stuff that they got from the show that it was on, that, you know, the original show, and then write a bunch of stuff for the American cast to do. So he was one of the writers behind that. The anime Read or Die had a great Christmas themed episode. Wait, is it Read or Die the TV? Is that the whole title? I listen to anything from Bing Crosby and the Rat Pack Christmas songs. Largely Relevant says, I don't know if it's the same thing, but I'm a wheelchair user who can use the word cripple about myself if I choose to, but do not like other people using it. I don't know if it's the same thing. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you know, all these things are dependent on context. And you can usually read from, you know, the way that the person is using it, whether they mean it like in a good way or in a bad way. I don't think that's a word that I would use myself. But then again, like, I know, like, there are different opinions about what words are preferable. Currently trying to get a program somewhere in London for its 20th anniversary, says Tomer. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. What was the name? Cozy Dens. That'd be nice. Although, I guess running out of time if it came out in 99. You got a couple weeks left. You got 4 weeks left. Yeah, you know, I've been looking. So one of my friends does a screening series here in Seattle called Nocturnal Emissions. That's all like scary movies. And Anthony Oliveira does like his screenings in Toronto of fun cultural ephemera artifact movies as part of Dumpster Raccoon. And I mean, I've been thinking more and more about how much I would enjoy doing like a campy movie screening series here in Seattle. Because there's so many, like, you know, like Anthony, for example, is showing like Gremlins, and like that's amazing. And like I want to do, you know, basically I just want an excuse to screen Labyrinth, but like I want to do like a screening series that has like, you know, Labyrinth and I don't know, like House, the wonderful movie House, and Xanadu, and like all those like weird, campy, bad B movies, not bad movies that I genuinely have love for, like The Apple, for example. I'm obsessed with the movie The Apple. So, you know, I want to do like a camp movie screening series here. It's just a gleam in the eye right now, but maybe that'll happen in 2020. Cozy Down sounds like a chill bear-themed gay bar. Oh my God, that would be such a great place. I would love that. Desperate Housewives has a themed episode, season 3, episode 10. Okay. I don't care for Schwarzenegger's Jingle All the Way. That's fair. You don't have to like that one. When I was younger, I really liked the holiday movie called Unaccompanied Minors. Oh yeah, a group of kids. I almost said a group of trans kids. No, but a group of teens kids get stuck by themselves in an airport. Yeah, I'll put that on the list. Unaccompanied Minors. Somebody interesting wrote that, and I can't remember who. It was written by somebody you wouldn't expect. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh well. Haven't seen it, but Scrooge and Marley, apparently with a gay theme. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Scrooge and Marley. Scrooge and Marley. Disney's Doug. Nickelodeon's Doug had a really good Christmas special. Doug. Put that on the list. They put Pork Chop on trial. Oh, no. Why is that Christmassy? Any ballet fans here? Like Into the Nutcracker, says another tired old movie queen. There was just a thing on NPR about, it was on the like local Seattle NPR station, KUOW, about how many, we've got so many variations on the Nutcracker here in Seattle, including the Butt Cracker, which they talked about. Apparently it's an all metal version of the Nutcracker. They've done it for the last 5 years. And yeah, the person who was talking about it on KUOW was like, I think I can say this on the radio. Yes, Nickelodeon's Doug. Yes, that's right. I wish they made gay horror films with LGBT folks like Jordan Peele is doing for African Americans. I think they cover many issues that way. I love that Ryan Murphy put Angelica Ross in American Horror Story. I mean, there are some gay horror films, just not many and not good. Sorry to say. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any that I like. Really there's like Peaches Christ made one called All About Evil that's pretty good. It's got a great cast: Natasha Lyonne, Cassandra Peterson, and Mink Stole. It's pretty good. I like it. Bob Mathis says, I find it amusing and annoying people like Barry Manilow. Wait. Oh, the people like Barry Manilow do Christmas albums. I mean, sure, that's fine. Christmas is pretty campy and gay in its aesthetic, so I don't mind that. Gay horror movie: the hero couple walk into a house with shag carpeting. Sure. Hey Arnold has a Christmas special. Didn't know that. Okay, wait. Okay. Hey Arnold. And what's the other one somebody just recommended? Make the Yuletide gay. I don't make the Yuletide gay. That sounds so familiar, but I can't remember what it is. Romantic comedy starring Robin. Oh, no, different Rob Williams. Oh, yeah. This is one of those. Yeah. Okay. It's one of these kinds of movies. Here's the thing is there's so many like gay movies that are like, I just don't like very much, but they're gay. So I feel like I have to support them. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to like be shady about like other people's creative work, but there's a lot of stuff that's like, oh, it's gay, good. There should be more gay stuff. And also, but do I actually really enjoy it? Magic School Bus has a Christmas special. Okay, that's great. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 gay horror film? Yes. Magic School Bus. Yeah, I have a Culture Cruise. Is it Culture Cruise? I think it might be pre-Culture Cruise. Maybe not. Now I can't remember. I do have a video about Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I think it's before I started doing the Culture Cruises. But yeah, I have a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 video on the YouTube channel about like all the gay stuff in that one. And yeah, Need More Gay did a video that was sort of like a collab with me. So he did one and I did one. We released them both at the same time. Jingle All the Way. Yes, is Arnold and Sinbad. Yes, that's correct. I see. Bob says, by fellow tribe members, I meant Jews, not gays. Okay. Yes. Now I see what you mean. Like Batwoman, terrible, but at least it's lesbian representation. But wait, what is? Jamie Lee Curtis is your like, yeah, your icon. But wait, she's not a lesbian. Barry Manilow's Christmas stage show last year, very entertaining, says Tired Old Movie Queen. I didn't know he had one of those, but of course he does. Of course, Barry Manilow has a Christmas stage show. When I was in college, I went to see a stage show of the Santaland Diaries, David Sedaris's story, and I was like, I can't believe how cheap these tickets are. And it was because I thought we were going to see David Sedaris reading it. But no, it was just some guy reading David Sedaris' story. Like, I guess it was officially licensed or something. But yeah, it was super weird. Like, I just assumed David Sedaris was coming to town to read his short story. But no, he just let someone else sell tickets to someone else reading his story. Courtney Act did a banging Christmas special, I think, last year. Really? Courtney Act? Oh, okay, yes, Courtney Act. I read that as Courtney Love, and I was like, Courtney Love did a Christmas special last year? I mean, now that I say that, I'd love to see it. But that does seem unlikely that would happen. Cool. Well, let's see. Yes, Batwoman is a lesbian. The comics on TV. Yeah, so I mean, more of that, more lesbian Batwoman content. That's what I want to see. And Tori Amos has a Christmas album, but trust me, it's not that great. Sorry to hear that. When I think of Christmas, I don't immediately think of Tori Amos. Not that she couldn't do a great Christmas album, but it sounds like just didn't come together. Wasn't in her wheelhouse. Let's see. Okay, so we have quite a list here of Christmas movies. Did you see say Vicious's Christmas? Oh yeah, Vicious had a Christmas episode. Of course they did. Let's put that on the list. So, oh my goodness, we have so many recommendations, starting with Holiday with Katherine Hepburn, Die Hard, A Year Without Santa Claus, Pentatonix Christmas Caroling, Annabelle's Wish, Muppet Christmas Carol, Accidental Angel, Jack Frost 1979, Smoky Mountain Christmas, One Christmas with Katherine Hepburn, Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, Muppet Family Christmas, Scrooged, Judy Garland Christmas Special, Lady Gaga and Muppets Christmas Thing, Mickey's Magical Christmas, Rare Exports, Nightmare Before Christmas, Muppet's Letter to Santa, The Munsters' Scary Little Christmas 96, Better Than Chocolate, Christmas Story, Edward Scissorhands, Trading Places, Giant, White Christmas, Miracle on 24th Street, Go, Holiday Inn But It Has Problems, Batman Returns, Home Alone, Bells of St. Mary's, Uncle Nick, Mr. Robot's Final Season, Home for the Holidays, Meet Me in St. Louis, Cozy Dens, Unaccompanied Minors, Scrooge and Marley, and Make the Yuletide Gay. Oof, that is a lot. And Bob says Victorious did a Christmas episode. I don't know what Victorious is, but I'll put that next to Vicious because they are alphabetically adjacent. Victorious. The Big Bad Fox. Mr. T says The Big Bad Fox and Other Tales, an animated anthology film, and the last story is Christmas themed. Really underrated movie. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. I'll put that on the list. The Big Bad Fox and Other Tales. And did SpongeBob have a Christmas special? Wait, is this SpongeBob Christmas? I can't tell if we're talking about Tori Amos or SpongeBob right now. Okay, and for shows with holiday specials, we've got It's Always Sunny, Little House on the Prairie, My So-Called Life, Upstart Crow, All in the Family, Super Monsters, Even Stevens, Rugrats, Proud Family, Xena, That's So Raven, He-Man and She-Ra, Bewitched, X-Files, Charmed, Will and Grace, Ab Fab, Frasier, Power Rangers, Doug, Hey Arnold, Magic School Bus, Vicious, and Victorious. And apparently SpongeBob, I'm being told. SpongeBob, adding that to the list. Oof, wow, that's a lot. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to take this list, I'm going to update the description of the video so you can find them in the video there. But then I'll also do I'll do a Twitter post on my Twitter, and I'll do another one on the Sewers of Paris Twitter, so you can see. Oh, and of course, yes, Coda Gardner, the Christmas special has Julianne Hatfield, of course, whose name I always forget. I always call her the Hat Lady. Yeah, so I'll do a post on Twitter and on here on YouTube, just compiling all these recommendations. Oh my gosh, they're still coming in. Bob's Burgers Christmas Krampus episode that ends with a gay rave. Okay, Bob's Burgers. I just realized I didn't have Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas on the list. There we go. Phew. And K Prince, late to the party, sorry. Hi, hello. Hi, K Prince. Glad to have you. Probably going to be wrapping up soonish because we've been going for about an hour and a half or so. Oh, and Auntie Mame. Yes. Auntie Mame. Any last minute additions to our list? Our list of Christmas specials or holiday specials or Hanukkah specials or Kwanzaa specials and holiday movies that everybody should see. Are you kidding me, Taman? Biker Mice from Mars? Biker Mice from Mars Christmas special? Okay, yup. Biker Mice from Mars had a Christmas special called Chill Zone. The biker mice must stop Limburger's plan to steal all of Earth's water using his giant snow suckers, which would not only ruin Christmas, but the whole of winter too. And end all life on Earth? But, it would also ruin Christmas. Okay, sure, Biker Mice from Mars. It's going on the list. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Glee does have... I'm so reluctant to put Glee on the list, but... Just to be complete, we'll put Glee on there, and Roseanne for ended, Santa Claus versus Martians. Yes, I'll put that on. Santa Claus versus Martians. Nanny had one. Okay, sure. I believe that. Polar Express. Ooh, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I can recommend that one. It's that's another one. It's fine. I mean, we're on the edge with Glee and the Nanny there. What was I saying? Oh, we just watched. Can't remember what prompted this. Oh, we're watching the special on Netflix about toys, about the history of toys, and like actual physical toys, not the movie toys. And there was one about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and so that got us going back to watch the first few episodes of the original animated series, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty well written, and it moves along. It moves along at a good clip. And then so we compared that to Street Sharks. Actually, I might have this backwards. I think we were looking at Street Sharks, and then that brought us to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Anyway, the point is, Street Sharks, not very good. But Turtles, and like, there are all those rip-offs of the Turtles, right? There's Street Sharks, and there's Biker Mice from Mars, and there's Samurai Pizza Cats. And although, now that I think about it, was Samurai Pizza Cats first? Whatever. I don't think so. The point is, Turtles actually pretty well written. It takes a lot of like kung fu movie tropes and mixes them up in ways that you haven't seen before, like with Mutant Turtles. It's just got a lot of things working for it, and we tend to think back to that and be like, oh god, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is so cheesy and cheap, but actually pretty good. I think it actually kind of holds up. Moonlighting has a wonderful life type episode. The Tick versus Multiple Santas. The Tick had an episode? Animaniacs had a Christmas episode? Okay. Now we're just like listing things. Are these like, do you actually like these things? Are they good? Or are you just like listing them to list them? Because I want things on this list that are actually like good that I could actually recommend. Meet Me in St. Louis starring Judy Garland. Yes, great cover of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I mean, it is a great cover, but it's so sad. Samurai Pizza Cats was great, says Coda Gardner. Ooh. Yeah, is it great? The guy who sings the theme song doesn't like me. I got a comment on one of my YouTube videos, the one about the bird cage, from the man who sings the theme song to Samurai Pizza Cats, just letting me know that he didn't like my video. So, oh well. And Joshua says my hair is cute. Thank you. It's a little unruly. Like, it needs like styling cream to really be under control, which I just haven't obtained. But anyway, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Isaac says the Toys documentary sounded interesting, but part of the preview sounded like they'd spend time dissing on bronies. Oh, I don't know. We've watched the Turtles one and we watched the He-Man one. Both pretty good. Although something we noticed about both is that both of those episodes blamed girls' toys for ruining boys' toys, which just doesn't feel great. Like, in both of them, there's something like, She-Ra, because She-Ra was introduced, boys stopped playing with He-Man and it ruined the He-Man line. And with the Turtles, they introduced, what was her name? Lucy? Or no, Lois. No. Anyway, the girl turtle. They introduced a girl turtle and suddenly nobody wanted turtles anymore. And both times it's like, it's women, girl characters' faults. And I don't think that's true, actually. So anyway, but I do recommend the documentary because it's pretty interesting. It's just got that like little twinge in there that I'm like, I don't know about that. And they also interview very few women. To be fair, there were very few women toy executives then and probably now. So it was mostly men working on it. But something about it just feels like a little sexist. Mr. T recommends Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mix of the fun 80s cartoon with more story-ended 2003 series with amazing action scenes. Okay. Is Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, is that the latest one? I lose track. There's been so many reboots. Like, I just don't know which version of the Turtles we're talking about. That's right. Futurama did have some Xmas episodes. Yeah, so Coda says it was a purposeful Paul Lynde imitation. But why? Why was it Paul Lynde? So the guy who did it, I forget his name, is a professional Paul Lynde impersonator. I think it's supposed to sound like The guy from B-52s, whose name I've forgotten. Oh well, forgot his name. It sounds like the guy from B-52s doing the Samurai Pizza Cats theme song, but why? Who knows? DuckTales 2017 has a Christmas special that's worth watching. It's cute. Okay, I'll put that. DuckTales 2017. I'm watching the stream on my TV, so I have to use my phone to comment. I actually turned my phone volume back on for a second. There was 2 slightly out of time versions playing at once. Oh, no. Oh, Venus de Milo. That's right. That was her name. Yes. It's more like, okay, it's the latest Turtles. Okay, I'll check out the latest Turtles if I can. Fred Schneider. Yes, of course, that's his name. It's not actually Fred Schneider. It just sounds like him. Don't know why. Yeah, well, why not Paul Lynde? He was awesome. On Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, can't speak for He-Man. Oh yeah, and it says the Venus de Milo on Turtles. Yeah, and you're right. The She-Ra reboot seems to be doing well. So this thing of like, oh, if you put girls in boy things, it ruins them. Yeah, the She-Ra reboot, at least in the bubbles that I'm in, people seem to really like. I watched the pilot. I watched the first one. It was fine. I didn't feel the need to like keep going with it urgently, but seemed good. Mina says, oh, you don't like the Birdcage episode. You're angry at Val to a slightly crazy degree. Not that I'm defending Val, but it does do good stuff too. I guess I don't know. It's been a few years since I've made that video. If I go back, I'm sure there are things I'd be like, oh, I do that differently now, which I don't know. Maybe it's time for me to revisit some of my older videos. I wonder, yeah, I could do that. I wonder what that would yield. But yeah, I know. I think like it's just so. He's such a bad kid. I'm just so mad at Val in that movie. We can't forget the Christmas Prince. Oh, the Christmas Prince, the royal baby coming out in December. Proletariat class icon that we need to come together and rise up. What is that? I don't know anything about that. Mr. T says She-Ra is fantastic, and Isaac Snow says She-Ra is pretty great. Okay. Watching She-Ra, Isaac says, I've been watching She-Ra while biking on a stationary bike. The intro gets me going. Oh, okay. That's good. It's good to have something that, like, pumps you up for that. The new She-Ra seemed to be for a younger audience. You need to be aged up a bit, says Tom. I don't know. Like, I've seen, like, all ages. Just based on what I saw, what I've seen from the pilot, what I've seen people, like, sharing, I don't think there's any age I'd be like, oh, no, this is too mature for you. But then again, I know it gets, like, there's violence later on, so I don't know. Maybe you'd be, like, cautious about that. Pablo Plato says, do you feel shows like Queer Eye help break gay stereotypes or help perpetuate them? I mean, there's a mix of things. So if we want to go way back to 2003 when it premiered, the first one premiered, I think it does something kind of complicated where I think it diversifies ideas about what queerness can be. Like, there's definitely a stereotype there of like, oh, all gay people are very tasteful and are great at hair and shoes and decorating and stuff like that. And that's definitely like a thread in the old one and the new one. But I think like if you actually, the more you watch it, the more different kinds of gay you see. And over time, I think the effect is beneficial. But just if you take it on its own, I think, yes, that there is a certain stereotype that's being played to. That having been said, I don't know that the stereotype, there are aspects that I think are true. Like, I do think that queer people being, that there are fewer of us and that we're often cultural outsiders gives us a perspective that straight people just don't have. So we do, I think, have a superpower in... Not that, like, isn't it great that we're ostracized and, that young queer kids are thrown out of their home? Isn't that amazing? No. But I think that there is, I don't know, that we have a way of looking at things because of what we've endured that is unique. And I like to see something that uplifts that. So I think that is good. I don't think it's good that queer people are, abused and, looked down on and all that stuff. But anyway, you asked about stereotypes. And yeah, I think just the more representation you have on TV, the better in general. Who was it? Not Bruce Valanche. Harvey Fierstein. Oh yeah, in Celluloid Closet, he says something about how seeing sissy characters, like even though that reinforces stereotypes about like sissy characters, he didn't really mind, for one thing, because he felt like a sissy, and he was like, okay, good, like that's just me. But also he'd rather have some bad representation than none at all. And yeah, I think that's, a place to start. Like bad representation, not great, but at least we can build on that. Anyway, yeah, Isaac has to bounce for a few minutes. Boss fight. Good luck on the boss fight. It'd be interesting to see how your opinions have changed over time, says Mad Scientist. Yeah, it would be. I'm kind of curious now about going back to some of my older videos. Now that we have the ability to review past episodes of things, I'd be curious to see if you have a different view. Christmas Prince is a Netflix original movie series with Rose McIver, and it's absolutely amazing. Okie dokie. Have you ever watched Mission Hill, says Mr. T? One of the better shows from the late 90s when it comes to gay representation. I haven't seen Mission Hill. Yeah. And like you say, beggars can't be choosers in the 90s. Yeah, I'd say the same for Rent. Maybe that's it. Maybe like I liked Rent when it happened, and now I'm just kind of spoiled because there's better stuff out there. There were stereotypes in being good at things, says Mina. Yeah, that's true. Largely Irrelevant says, have you seen Dragula? It's like Drag Race, but horror. I haven't seen Drag Race, but I love Dragula. Yeah, I think there are things that I like about Dragula. I like the Boulet brothers in general. They were acquaintances when I lived in LA. I think they have they've done such a great job of establishing an aesthetic. And I really appreciate that. And they're big old nerds. Like, they're such dorks outside of like all the like, I don't know, the horror aesthetic of their show. They're just real nerds. And I enjoy that. I find Dragula like is so over the top. Like, it's just like funny to me. Like, I think it's comedy. Like Dragula to me is more comedy than horror. But for whatever reason you want to enjoy something, if you enjoy it, that's great. Have you done an episode of Friends on how messed up the writing was with Chandler's parent? Not yet. I want to be careful about that one because there's a lot. It's complicated. Chandler's parent, like, it's one of those things that doesn't seem to know or care about the difference between a drag queen and a trans person. And boy, oh boy, that's a problem. And I want to make sure I'm talking about it correctly and using the right terminology, and I'm listening to what trans people have to say about it, because it's not good. In fact, what's her name? Kathleen Turner said that if she was offered that role today, she wouldn't take it, and that it should go to a trans person. Which, great, good for her. I think I agree with that. If it is in fact supposed to be, if that character is supposed to be a trans person and not just a drag queen, because it's really unclear on the show. Yeah, and I mean, on one hand, you can excuse and be like, well, it was the 90s, they didn't really know the terms. But that's not true, because who did know the terms was actual trans people. GLAAD existed at that time. They could have asked. There were queer people working on that show. Surely they knew about the existence of, organizations that would advise them. Surely they knew about the existence of trans people. Whatever. I want to be cautious when I do an episode about that character on Friends. Clone High did a Snowflake Day episode? I don't know what that means. Bob says, I love the queer content of the new She-Ra. They're even recently introduced Double Trouble as transgender intersex specifically with the appropriate pronouns. Wow. Okay. Great. Fleecil says, I'd like to know what you thought about Arthur giving Mr. Rayburn a husband, Mr. Ratburn, a husband. I thought it was great. Yes, I think that is lovely. I identify with him because I also like cake. I was pretty sure Double Trouble is non-binary. Yeah, I guess I'd have to watch it, so I don't really know. Pablo Plato says there's a lot wrong with Friends when you watch it with our current climate sensitivity to other. I don't know if it's like I call it sensitivity. I maybe just like kindness, but like awareness of how like your words affect other people. Yeah, watching Friends now, it's like, that's not good. Bob stumbled upon Dragula when surfing Netflix. Fascinating. Yeah. I think the Queer as Folk did a Christmas-themed episode. Correct me if I'm wrong. Seems like they would have. I'll put that on the list. Queer as Folk. The actual construction... Wait, oh yeah, on Dragula, some of the costuming is incredible. Construction involved. I stopped watching season 2 when my favorite contestant got eliminated. Blah, oh no. Who's your favorite contestant? One of our Queens of Adventure queens was on Dragula. Delightful Erica Clash was a Dragula star. And yeah, she's played a couple of stage shows. She's been in a couple of our live shows with Queens of Adventure, our live show and podcast featuring drag queens playing Dungeons and Dragons. Check it out, queensofadventure.com. Tomer says, I have a recommendation. If you can find them, check out episodes of Out on Tuesday, weekly British show in the early 90s about... Oh, I've heard about that. Yes, I'm familiar with that. I have never seen it, but I've heard it recommended. Yes. Yes, I'll see if I can find, like, Out on Tuesday. Was there... I want to say there was some scandal involving... Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I think I'm thinking of something else. RuPaul's Drag Race, Dragula, Camp Wanakiki. I'm a sucker for all of them, says Andid. Yeah, Camp Wanakiki, like kind of a like smaller one that not quite as big, not quite as popular as the others, but I think I want to say did we have? I'm trying to remember now if any of our Chicago cast. I don't think they were on that. Maybe Lucy Stool. I could be. Maybe was Lucy Stool on that one? Anyway, we've got some Chicago queens that have been on the show now. On Queens of Adventure, either in the stage show or on the podcast. And so we've had like 20 different performers as part of Queens of Adventure at this point, and maybe more in the coming year. Oh, Mad Scientist says, Queens of Adventure, I eagerly await every episode. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. We're having a lot of conversations right now about what we're going to do with the show in 2020 and bringing more people in. And yeah, just make it bigger and better and queerer than ever. So if there's stuff that you want to see with Queens of Adventure, let us know. We're going to be putting up a survey about it in the next couple days. Probably, maybe might be tomorrow. We want to do it at the beginning of the month. So anyway, keep your eyes out for a Queens of Adventure survey coming up soon. Mohammed says, hey from Algeria. Hello. Largely Irrelevant says, she is genius. Oh yeah, Erica Clash. Her stuff is so far up my street. She's parked outside my house in a truck, just watching. Yeah, she is so talented and so like on the ball, and you know, it's rare that you get the combination of drag performer who's extremely talented and also extremely organized and responsible. And I definitely feel like that's what we get with Erica Clash, which is, it makes her a real delight to work with. Do you have a favorite or go-to contemporary holiday or Christmas music album? I don't know that I do. Usually I just like will put on whatever, like, you know, a streaming service and just like whatever is streaming. Like, I don't listen to a lot of holiday music. I'm trying to think if I've got anything like that. I don't think that I do. I mean, now that I know that Tori Amos has a Christmas album, I'm curious about it, but I wouldn't say that I'm like gonna, like, it's instantly going into the rotation, because there isn't really a rotation. I don't think I have like a real serious Christmas album. When I was growing up, my mother is German, and so we'd listen to German Christmas carols on a loop for hours and hours. And so that's sort of like my tradition. When I think of like the music that you listen to, it's those German Christmas carols sung over and over and over and over. Yeah, contemporary is in post 70s. Yeah. K Prince says, I'm heading out, going to dinner, and then a few hours at the casino. Blackjack tables calling. Thanks again. Goodbye. Enjoy the tables. RuPaul? Wait, does RuPaul have a Christmas album? And hello to Torridon. Hello, good to see you. Not that into Christmas, says Pushkin, but I love Barbara Cloutier about losing people we love. Oh no, that sounds like sad. I don't want a sad Christmas. Not even NSYNC's holiday album, says Pablo. Not even that one. Ray Conniff Singers put out a great Christmas album, says Tired Movie Queen. And Mitch Miller, not familiar with those. Gordon says, my dad kind of ruined Christmas just by the awful music. I mean, good Lord. Oh, geez. Sorry to hear that. Oh, thanks for ruining Christmas, Dad. Tom says, can someone explain what the appeal of drag is? Not like from the performance aspect, but just to go and watch. I've never seen the appeal. Well, the appeal is a attack on... Everybody's different. But for me, it's that it is a attack or critique of gender roles, and it's sort of an extremity of gender, and playing with the rules, and like, oh, here are the signifiers of male and female, and we're going to tear them apart and put them back together and smash them and make them glittery and big. And yeah, just that it's sort of a big laboratory of gender is, I think, when I love drag, that is one of the things that it's doing. Also, you know, it's just like great to see somebody doing like a really complicated lip sync or putting on some like amazing spectacular, because drag often, not always, has to be very big and demonstrative. And you really got to be like huge with your drag. Just how like extreme it is, I find very appealing. Imitation Jello says, have you ever seen Perfect Blue? Really interesting movie about a woman who struggles to define her sexuality and identify in the public's eye as a pop star versus an actor. No, I haven't seen that. And oh goodness, Pablo Plato says, knowing you were a theater kid, may I recommend the Squirrel Nut Zippers Christmas Caravan? You may. What is that? Squirrel Nut Zippers Christmas Caravan. Sure. There it is. Oh my goodness. It's on Amazon. Swing Revival Band Squirrel Nut Zippers, released in 98 by Mammoth Records. I may listen to this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stand it because it looks like pretty intense, but maybe. Worth a peek on Spotify, says Uber Glamazon. But wait, I think you're talking about something else. Hold on, I gotta scroll. Are we talking about like the RuPaul Christmas album? Okay, ho ho ho. Great. Trapes and Nugget says, oops, I'm late. Oh, but glad you could make it. I gotta tell you, Erica, I gotta go, but you tell Erica I love her, says largely irrelevant. She has a special place in my heart next to all the anime. Oh, she will appreciate that. Mohammed says, we don't do Christmas, but I love Christmas songs like Lady Gaga's. Oh boy, yeah. And Hugh says, music for the holidays, working retail makes me hate most of it. Yeah, I guess like you just get so sick of it, huh? At the most stressful time of year. Bob Newhart did some good Christmas shows. Oh, okay. The original Bob Newhart show? Put that on the list. Bob Newhart. Best Christmas song ever is Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade. And Brianna recommends Tokyo Godfathers, trans characters set during Christmas. Okay, there you go. That's the one Christmas movie with trans characters. Tokyo Godfathers. What do you think of the decline of the gay Polari dialect? Should it be revived? Yes. That's my short answer to that. I'd love that. That would be amazing. Count Fusco likes, will Queens of Adventures have videos of the episodes more often? We don't do a lot of video stuff with Queens, in part because there's a lot of like, it just gets exponentially more complicated to produce that stuff. So it really has to be like a special thing for putting getting everybody in face and like making all the stuff happen to make video possible. It's just so complicated. But I would like to do more like, because, you know, drag is so visual. It'd be great to do more video stuff with the Queens. Yeah, so that is something that we are talking about doing more of in 2020. My retail store will not be free to Christmas music until January 1st, says Hugh. It starts November 1st. That's so much. Oh, Tokyo Godfathers made by the same director as Perfect Blue. Okay. Oh, there you go. And Paprika. Okay. These are all part of a family. Lucilla says, I gotta go crochet fingerless dragon scale gloves. That sounds fantastic. Oh my gosh. Post pictures of those if you can, because that sounds so good. And Coda recommends No Doubt's cover of Oi to the World. Jeez. Okay, great. Okay, so we've been going for about 2 hours. Good gravy. I think, and I accidentally just closed the chat. Good job, me. How do I get it back open? Oh no, what did I do? There we go. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap it up soon. We've been going for quite a while here. But let's see. When is the next one? I think it's in 2 weeks. Let me just double check. Let's see what I've put it on the calendar for. And then the 20. Yeah, so our next one of these live streams is going to be December 14th. So come join us for that. December 14th, I think. Is this time of day cool for everybody? I was doing 9 a.m. on Saturdays, and that was just like a little too early for me. So we're doing 10 a.m. to noon on Saturdays, and that seems to be working. Oh, you want the Matt Baume Christmas special? I don't know. Maybe we'll do a little holiday Christmas special at some point. That'd be fun. Yes. Oh, Fleecilis, do tag me on Twitter when you're done. I would love to see it. That sounds fantastic. Yay. There've been, oh, and Ray Walston appears as a magical being on Christmas episodes of Brothers. Okay. I definitely need to do one about Brothers. That video about Brothers is going to happen at some point. But yes, thank you for joining. Happy start of December to everybody. Merry everything. Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or just nothing at all. Just snow. Merry snow to you all. Thank you so much for joining. And let's see, with this new YouTube setup. Oh, there's an end stream button right there. I think I can end it right from where I'm sitting. Yay. Well, that's lovely. So yes, thank you for joining. Check out my Culture Cruises. If you're enjoying the live streams, check out my Patreon, which makes it possible for me to do these things. It's patreon.com/Matt Baume. I'll put a link in the chat right now. Patreon.com/Matt Baume. That's where you can go to support these live streams and videos and podcasts, and also get some backer rewards like stickers. You can get a temporary tattoo, you can get a postcard and a bookmark in the mail. I'll send you a book. I'll sign a book for you and send it to you. So there's lots of stuff you can get over at patreon.com/Matt Baume. And of course, check out our podcast Queens of Adventure for, as we've been discussing, drag queens going on an epic fantasy adventure, telling a story and making stuff up and being super queer. That's at queensofadventure.com. I think that's just about everything going on at the moment. Thanks for joining, everybody. Merry everything to all, and to all a good Saturday. Bye.